Hey guys, Chris here with Fiesta Motors. So I wanted to make a video today on what it's like owning a Model S with over 100,000 miles. So I bought this car about a month ago, and I can really only say good things so far. This is a 2014 Model S P85, which is, the P stands for performance, if you're not familiar with the Teslas. But this was the top of the line Tesla Model S when it came out in 2014. Now they've just gotten even crazier, and they're just faster, and they got ludicrous mode and autopilot and all sorts of cool new features. But this was really top of the line back when it first came out. I can say one thing: it is fast. It really is. So I have got it here in my garage, and the first thing I'll just mention is, I mean, I love the car. It really is amazing. It's so stylish. It looks like an Italian, kind of like a Maserati, and the torque is just unbelievable. If you haven't driven a Tesla yet, I just highly recommend call Tesla and go take one for a test drive, because it really changes your perspective on cars. It's got an electric engine, and there's no transmission. So when you press the gas, this thing just flies, and you don't hear, like a traditional car, like here our Toyota, you just don't hear the transmission like struggling or trying to change through gears. It just flies, like when you get on a roller coaster and it shoots you off, and there's just instant torque, and you go 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, right? So this car has 100,000 miles, and the reason I bought it was, one, this is in my price range, right? I ended up paying about $29,000 for this car, and I got it with 107,000 miles, and it drives fantastic. I haven't had any issues with the car whatsoever. There's no lights on the dash. It doesn't make any funny sounds. It really drives fantastic. And part of the reason is that, these are pretty new, so we don't really know, like, how long do they really last, and when are they going to start breaking down. But the reason why I bought this particular Model S is because, and if you're in the market for one, is because the warranty on these early models, S vehicles, was really, really good. It was actually better than what they have now. And the warranty was actually 8 years, unlimited miles on the powertrain, which is the electric motor and the battery, which are your two most expensive components of the vehicle. If they break down, that's what's going to cost you an arm and a leg, right? But I figured, well, I'm gonna still be covered for unlimited miles, so I can drive it as much as I want, and I have 2 more years left. So that's what was the factor in my decision of buying the car. This car, the MSRP was $120,000 when it was new. So I picked it up for I picked it up for about $28,500. I've now driven it about 3,000 miles, and I love it. One thing that I can say is that, one is you have to have a garage, obviously, because you have to be able to charge it. Now, I'll show you how I'm charging the car now. I'm charging it right here, and I'm using the Tesla charger, and I've just got it plugged into the regular outlet. Now, when you do this, it takes a long time to charge your car. That's the only drawback. It takes about 24 hours or more to charge your car. So it's not really the ideal way to do. What you want to do is you want to install a 240 or a 220 outlet. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Now, it can be affordable, but it can also be very expensive, because the way the electricians have to install it is they have to actually hook up to your circuit box, and they have to wire it from your circuit box to your garage. So if you have a circuit box in your garage, it can be pretty affordable. I actually had one of the outlets installed at my business in Hagerstown, and the circuit box was right next to where I was going to charge the car. So it only cost me about $430, very affordable. At my house, where I live here in just outside of Washington, D.C. in Maryland, my circuit box, it's kind of dark over here, but is at the opposite end of my house in the basement. So when I called Tesla, they said they basically have to build a trench around the house, and they gave me a quote of about $6,000. So pretty expensive. Now, I happen to know an electrician who in Hagerstown who worked for me for many years, and he is going to actually come and install it for me for $2,000. And I called several different electricians, and they were all anywhere from about $5,000 to $6,000 installed. I happen to know this electrician who's going to install it for me for $2,000. He's just waiting on his permit from Montgomery County. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind is how much is it going to cost you to get your charger on your wall installed. But other than that, I mean, it's really been an incredible car. Let's take a look. They're just so stylish. Take a look inside. The door handles just pop right open. The other thing about the Teslas is that the door handles, as you can see, the door handles, they pop out automatically. When those break, they can be about $1,000 to fix each door handle. But the previous owner actually already replaced his door handles. I think 3 of them, he said. So 3 of them have already been replaced. Now, the other thing that you want to keep in mind, just get in the car here, is that these screens tend to go out. So this screen eventually will go out on you. The previous owner where I bought this from, he had already replaced it, and he replaced it while it was under factory warranty. Now, the other thing is on these older Teslas, up here it'll tell you whether it's 3G or LTE. So the first models came out, when the first models came out, they were mostly 3G, which is going to be slower internet. Now, when he replaced it under warranty, Tesla actually installed it with the later version, which is the LTE. It's not the latest, but it's the one right before the latest. So it's quite a bit faster than the original. And the screen right now, it works great. You know, I can zoom in and out. Now you can see when I zoom out, there's a little bit of a delay, but it's not so bad. The other thing that I really like about this car is the sound system. The sound system's incredible. It's got the Model S comes with, I think it's Dolby sound system, Dolby speakers, and the clarity of the speakers is just incredible. And I didn't realize how good it was until I have a 2019 BMW X5, which is a great car, you know, $70,000 car, but I didn't get the upgraded speakers. And once I got this car, I can immediately tell the difference. Like it's just so much nicer driving with these really nice speakers in the car. So, what else? The other thing that came with this car was the 3rd row seat, which I'll show you. Let me just go back. And this was interesting. So on some of these earlier Teslas, they actually had 3rd row seat. You can't see it because it's folded underneath my golf clubs, but if you lift this up, there's actually 2 seats that fold up, and they're kid seats. And it's just, it's neat. I mean, I don't know how safe it is, but it's cool. You know, if you have kids, they can sit in the back. They got these 2 little jump seats. They stare out the back window, and it's just a lot of fun. So that was something I liked as well. And these earlier model Teslas also have the sunroof that opens up, like the roof with a press of a button fully opens. And on the newer Teslas, they stopped doing that. It's just all made out of glass. There's it from the front. Now the other thing about the Model S, on the older ones, the only really difference from looking at it is the front. So the front on 2012 to I think 2014 or 15, they had the black front right there. So you can tell it's a little bit older because of that. I actually like it. I think it looks, personally, I think it looks better than the new one, than the new, they call it the facelift, where it's just all the same color and this is no longer black. But I like it. But at the same time, you know, when you're driving around, you can tell you're not driving the brand new latest, you know, Tesla Model S. But if you don't want to spend $100,000 or $70,000, this is a great option. It really was. I'm real happy with my purchase. The only thing that I really wish I had was the P85D, and D stands for dual motor. This is actually rear wheel drive. So I was really hoping to get the all wheel drive, but the price difference is quite a bit more if you want to get this particular car with the P85D, which comes with the Insane mode, and it also comes with the dual engine, so you have two motors, and it's all-wheel drive. But I've been searching and searching on the internet, and it's about $15,000 to $20,000 more just to have the all-wheel drive, and the car looks identical, and it goes about a second faster. But it also does come with the basic autopilot, not autopilot, but I guess they call it autopilot, which gives you the lane assist, so it keeps you in your lane, and it gives you the adaptive cruise control, so it slows down automatically and speeds up when the cars are in front of you. But it's not the full self-driving autopilot, which turns or, you know, it's kind of your first generation. But just to get those features is about $15,000 to $20,000 more. So I decided on my first Tesla, I'm gonna start with this one, just under 30,000, and I'm so happy with it. If you're in the market, this is what I did. If you got the money and you can afford to buy the P85D, which they're going for about 45,000, then you might want to go for that. But if you want to save some money and have almost as cool of a car, just go with this. It's a great car. I love it. In terms of problems, I haven't really had any issues except for I'm waiting on the electrician to install the outlet. And besides that, I love it. It's an amazing car. Go get one.